1973 saw the introduction of the 10-year rule, in which automatic clearances were granted to players who had served a decade with a VFL club. North Melbourne, who had lured coach Ron Barassi out of retirement, also snared Geelong's Doug Wade, South Melbourne's John Rantel and Essendon's Barry Davis. Another big name to change clubs was St Kilda's Carl Ditterich, who went from being a saint to a demon for more than $60,000. North, with its Foreign Legion, issued an early warning that they were no longer the easy beats of the league when they beat Hawthorn in the first round. South Melbourne also gave their loyal supporters something to cheer about in round 14, when the club ended a 29-match losing streak by beating Geelong. On August the 25th, 1973, Hawthorn full forward Peter Hudson flew by helicopter to VFL Park for his first match since seriously injuring his knee in the opening round of the 72 season. Although overweight, Hudson kicked 8 goals in a wonderful comeback. The grand final was fought out by Richmond and Carlton for the second successive year, but the Tigers reversed the result to give Tom Hafey his third premiership as coach. The match was a hard-hitting affair with some big names, in particular Blues captain coach John Nichols hitting the deck. Richmond ruckman Neil Balme also made sure Jeff Southby and Vin Waite earned their kicks. In 1974, North continued its relentless recruiting drive and landed the signatures of the brilliant pair of Barry Cable and Malcolm Blight. Meanwhile, Richmond signed WA's infamous Mal Brown, and he didn't take long to renew acquaintances with Carlton's John Nichols, who later in the year broke Ted Whitten's VFL games record of 321 matches. One of the most shameful occurrences of the 70s was the brawl which erupted just before half-time in the match at Windy Hill between the Bombers and Richmond.
Mal Brown was suspended for 1 match for assault. Richmond Stephen Parsons was suspended for 4 matches. Ron Andrews received 6 matches. Essendon physical education instructor Jim Bradley got 6 matches. Essendon runner Laurie Ashley got 6 weeks. And Essendon rover John Casson got off on a striking charge.
The Roos reached their first grand final since 1950 when they clashed with Richmond. The Tigers, with far greater experience, became the first team since Melbourne in 1959-60 to win back-to-back flags, and Tom Hafey's side was regarded as one of the greatest modern-day combinations. But North had signalled they too would be a force to be reckoned with and were regular finalists for the following 6 years. 1975 marked the introduction of colour television, and football became tremendously popular. It also marked the debuts of one of league football's most colourful personalities, Collingwood's Phil Carman. The brilliant South Australian was dubbed Fabulous after booting 11 goals against St Kilda in round 20, and the white boots he donned for the occasion typified the outrageous Carman character. At the end of the season, Footscray celebrated the Brownlow medal win of ruckman Gary Dempsey, who became the first Bulldog since John Schultz in 1960 to win football's most coveted individual award. North Melbourne then achieved history by winning its first premiership in overcoming Hawthorn in an emotional grand final before more than 110,000 fans. The Roos led at every change, and a brilliant final term which netted Ron Barassi's men 7 goals gave North the biggest grand final win since 1957 when Melbourne crushed Essendon.